Alec here. I just got in a couple of new things today. First off is this NES cartridge game slot to replace the horrible one on the inside that I've attempted to clean before and kind of screwed up, and decided just to spend the $10 on a new one. Also got a, what is this, a 3.8 millimeter game bit, so I can open up cartridges. Got a couple that will not work despite cleaning, but maybe I won't even need it, because maybe this will do the trick. Anyway, let's open this up and pop it in to see what happens. Just a quick thing to mention, if you've ever thought about doing this yourself, it's really easy. There aren't any special screwdrivers you need to open this particular unit. It's all Phillips, just a nice medium-sized one. You got 6 screws on the bottom. You got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to hold this metal bracket on, and then there will be 6 to hold on this black, the retention mechanism, whatever you want to call it. 2 of which are slightly longer than the rest, but those 2 are the only ones that are a different size overall, except for those 2. Every screw's the same size, so you don't have to sort them all out and label them. You just have to remember those 2. And I'll get to that here right now. Alright, so you got the 1, 2, 3, and then just 3 more on the other side. This kind of middle one, it's the one of these 2 that's closer to the front, is the one that's longer. As you see here, it's just slightly longer. Obviously it'll cause a little bit of a problem if you're trying to put it into a hole that's for the shorter screw. You might not notice it if you put the short screw in the long screw hole. I think I've done that once already a long time ago. Not a huge problem, but just, you know, something to remember. Put these over here. To get this off, you kind of have to slide it towards you, I think. Maybe. Do it with my right hand. Maybe I'm lying. Actually, I forgot a screw. That might be why. Go ahead and take that out. One of those long ones right there. Okay, this slides forward a little bit and comes off. Kind of have to clear the cartridge slot itself. You also have to remember when you're putting it back on, especially, there's this little kind of lip here that actually goes under the board. So when you're putting it on, you want to pull it back all the way and then kind of go down and back in. Again, nothing hard. One more thing I forgot. You do have to take these 2 screws out that hold in the kind of power audio video board. It's gonna be kind of hard with one hand. There's just 1, 2 right here, because this motherboard's actually physically attached, soldered to this little box, shielded box. I believe these are still the same size as the rest of them, so nothing complicated there. Okay, so this should come out. No need to remove any of the plugs or anything. You might make sure you don't accidentally remove them, but it's really not necessary to take them off. There is this other plate down here, which can be a little tricky when dealing with these cords on the end to get seated right when you want to put it back on. But anyway, this, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This slot here just kind of goes on like that, and it just slides right off the motherboard. The solder's kind of sharp. Like I said, it slides right off the motherboard. There we go. Just right onto these contacts right here, so do whatever you want with the old one. Make a really shitty keychain out of it. I don't know. Alright, let's try this again. Forgot to clear my memory card for the I don't know how many time. Long end, short end, This shorter one, you can see the pins on both the top and bottom, and this top one, some of the pins are recessed in there a little bit. Can't quite see them unless you look at it right. That's the one that you want to put on the actual top that the cartridge is going to go into. And this bottom one is the one that goes onto the board. So once again, just slide it back on. It's probably going to be easier said than done once again, since I'm doing it one-handed. Oh, one more thing. Some people think it's a good idea, and I guess I agree, to go ahead and clean this. Might as well. I mean, it might be dirty, it might not. Probably won't be that dirty compared to the rest of the slot, but use, you know, high percent alcohol, 98%, whatever. Or you can even just use like the end of a rubber pencil eraser. That'll just abrasive enough to remove any oxidation. It's probably my recommendation there is on the pencil, because it's, everyone's got pencils and stuff, so easy to do. Alright, let's see if I can get this on. I'll just come back here. Okay, the new slot's on. It's a little tough, probably because it's brand new and it doesn't have any wear to it. It's not lost its spring in any of those contacts. It fits nice and snug though, I like that. Next up, I guess, is to put these two screws back in. And then we want to put this back on, obviously. I guess I could do that now, actually. Again, you want to get the slot end in, which is a little tricky. Maybe I might have to pull this up. There we go. And make sure on the bottom, get this little wing here. You want to make sure that goes over the board and is not on top of it. Well, here it's on top because it's on the bottom, but you don't want it on this side over here. You want it on this side, that little wing. Make sure it's still on there. And put all your screws back in and have fun, I guess. I'm going to close it up and we're going to stick in Super Contra and see if maybe that'll work now. Keeping my fingers crossed. Alright. I'm going to test it out, see what happens. I actually haven't tried this yet, so we'll have to see. On the little, there's a little piece of paper that came with the slot that said you might try pushing your game in and out a bunch to kind of, let's pull it up here, seat the pins. So I'm going to do that a couple times. Just because they told me to. See what happens. Nothing. That sucks. I really do think there's something wrong with this cartridge. And I know it's clean. I have cleaned this one more than anything I've ever cleaned before. More than my room. Which is a bummer. But I think instead I'm going to put in Air Fortress, because that's one of my childhood favorites. Maybe it'll work. Not so much. Try this a little bit. Use the old shoe. Ooh, that one's not working either. Let me give it a nice little cleaning and then I'll be right